He was very confident, and I guess he still carries that with him. What's it going to take for somebody to beat Prouder?
Well, you're right. He has virtually all the stuff that it takes to keep a world title for a long time, has held it longer than any other champion. The catch is that Alvin Prouder was showboating back in November. He ducked into a knee. He was knocked unconscious. Now, when a fighter is knocked unconscious, it does strange things to his confidence. It takes him a while to get back on a roll. The smart thing might have been to fight a few easy fights, get the confidence back, but he's in there with the #3 contender, Johnny Davis, and a lot of people think he may be in there at the wrong time with Davis.
Well, Johnny Davis has waited very patiently, and he has served his apprenticeship well, and this is a great shot for him.
That's right. He is on a roll. He beat Jerry Smith back in Atlantic City this past summer. He beat the #2 world contender, Paul Ellis, a little earlier in the year than that. And I think Davis, if he's ever going to catch Alvin Prouder at the right time, he's here at the right time. A lot of people are predicting an upset.
Well, we'll wait and see, because everything's in readiness. We have a good supporting card, so sit back and enjoy all the action. They'll be coming your way in just a moment. Bad boy in the sport of karate, but even his detractors have the utmost respect for his ring savvy, his power, and speed. He captured the world title with a devastating win over Jeff Gripper in Atlanta in July of 1982. And up until November of last year, Prouder was unstoppable. But in an untitled bout in Las Vegas, he was showboating when he ducked into a knee and was knocked unconscious. That loss of momentum has caused some doubt about his chances against Johnny Davis, a fighter who has waited patiently for this title shot, moving up gradually to the #3 contender position. Most recently, he outpointed 6'4" Jerry Smith in Atlantic City, then spent several weeks sparring with Jean-Yves Thériault in Canada. Davis is confident.
If any of you know me, then you know that I'm very hungry for this world title. I've been pursuing this dream for a very long time now. I'm in the welterweight division. I've defeated several opponents in that division. And now I think it's time for me to go ahead and reach my dream in life. And that dream is to be the welterweight champion of the world.
People have always doubted me for one reason or another, and they say they think that Johnny Davis caught me at the right time. But I'm not worried about it. I'm in good shape. I'm ready for him and anybody else. And hey, I've always pulled through before, and I'll pull through this time because I am the champion and going to stay the champion after this fight.
The fighters are in the ring.
For the welterweight championship of the world. Our referee for this bout is J.T. Will. Introducing first, the challenger in the blue corner, fighting out of Morehead City, North Carolina, living in Dillon, South Carolina. He is 22 years old, stands 5'11" tall, and weighed in at 155 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 24 wins, 2 losses, no draws, and 9 wins by knockout. He is the #3 ranked PKA fighter in this division in the world. Would you please welcome Johnny Davis. He is 24 years old. He is 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in today at 154 pounds. He has a contact karate record of 28 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 19 wins by knockout. He is the Professional Karate Association welterweight champion of the world. Welcome, please, Alvin Prouder.
Alvin Prouder and Johnny Davis, and the psych job has been going on. Ready now for the instructions from the referee, J.T. Will. He's going to get Johnny Davis and Alvin Prouder in there. Give them the instructions right now. Okay, as you know, this is going to be 12 rounds for the World Welterweight Championship.
After I say break, it will be a foul. Do not hit or kick your opponent if he's on the floor. There's no holding, no clutching. I'll only give 2 warnings after that. It will be a point deduction. Do not hold. We're going to bow in. Shake hands. We'll begin with the bell.
Good luck, Johnny.
12 rounds, 12 2-minute rounds. Alvin Prouder in the yellow, Johnny Davis in the black.
Over here, please.
Alvin Prouder, the champion, has held the welterweight championship longer than any other PKA fighter.
This welterweight title changed hands so many times over the period of time since 1974 that it looked like nobody would keep it longer than about 6 months. And Alvin Prouder stepped in, and he's been unbeatable thus far.
Here we go with action in round 1. Johnny Davis psyched up, ready to go. Here is his opportunity to become a world champion. Prouder, on the other hand, is very proud. He doesn't want to lose the championship. Spinning back kick, a little off the target there by Johnny Davis. Each fighter has to get 8 hard kicks in the round. They're wearing 8-ounce gloves. 10-point must system is the scoring. 3 judges score the fight. The referee does not have a vote.
Ismael Robles, the number 2 ranked light welterweight in the world today, said it best. He said once a fighter gets knocked out, it takes him that time to come back and regain his confidence. Question here is, does Alvin Prouder have his confidence back?
I would think if Davis knew that, or Davis seconds knew that, Davis would try to go right after him. And he is. Prouder ducking, though. Sticking out that tongue, showing that confidence.
Prouder has a very powerful, very quick, very deceptive right hand. Johnny Davis is doing some pretty good side-to-side movement. So far has not been tagged hard with it.
Working with us on the commentary is Dale Cook. Dale, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good, except for the broke hand, but it was better my hand than my face.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of people are saying that Alvin, because of the knockout, they will question his confidence. If there's one thing Alvin Prouder does not lack, it's confidence. You can see that right now.
He just got nailed with that powerful right hand by Johnny Davis. Davis thinks he's got Prouder hurt.
Prouder, the champion, in the yellow. I don't think there has to be any more introduction. It's all down to business now. Let's see who's going to win this fight. Alvin Prouder looking to pick his shots. Joe made mention in round 1 that he has a terrific right, and he does. There's no question that he can take a man out with 1 punch if he drops it in there.
Both men threw 10 kicks in the first round. I think Alvin Prouder has a healthy respect for this young man now.
I'll tell you one thing, Johnny Davis has a lot of determination. He does want to win this fight. The question is whether or not Prouder has too much experience.
Prouder is watching Davis drop his head down when he thinks Prouder's getting ready to throw the right hand. Jeff Whipper did that, and Prouder dropped the right hand right down on him. It looked to me like Prouder saw that a second ago.
Davis is missing a lot. I think it's that lateral movement from side to side by Alvin Prouder.
Prouder is very, very aware. You see the foot movement take him back, head just out of range. He's not leaning back. He's moving his entire body back out of striking range. Dale Cook, you've been looking for Alvin Prouder for a long time. What does Johnny Davis have to do to beat him?
Well, he's going to have to do what the 2 people that have beat him have got to do, and that's pressure. If he's laying back too much, you've got to be in his face to beat him. He's giving him too much room right now.
Ending round 2.
Okay, listen, when it comes down on you, let me have that.
In the corner here with Johnny Davis. Scott McMillan working with him there as his corner man. Johnny's 22 years of age, 5'11", 155 pounds. Let's listen.
Okay, I want to see those uppercuts. You stand busy. I'd like a few more kicks. Still don't feel like you're kicking enough. Okay?
Well, he asked for some uppercuts, and he asked for some more kicks.
Besides that uppercut, you know that back leg round kick you hit him with? You hit him hard. I want you to pick up your pace. Well, you got quite a ways. But stay a little bit more busier with your hands. And when you play that possum, you threw that hook too soon. Let him just make one more, hesitate one more second, you catch it.
There's the whistle for the seconds to move out. Ready to go with action in round 3. Alvin Prouder, the champion, in the yellow. Johnny Davis, the challenger, in the black. We were getting some comments from Dale Cook at the end of round 2.
I feel that Johnny Davis needs to pressure Prouder more. If he gives him room, that lets Prouder set up the right hand, and that's really his big weapon. If Prouder's going to hurt you, that's what he's going to hurt you with.
Do you have the fighting style, Dale, to pressure Alvin Prouder?
I do, except I'm going to pressure him in a different way. I'm going to pressure him with my feet. They seem to, they're not loading up on their kicks. Alvin is very tall and very thin. Hard roundhouse kicks and side kicks to the body and the arm are going to take its toll on him in a few rounds.
How did you score the first couple rounds, Joe?
I've got Prouder down by 1 point. First round, I thought Davis got him in that first round with that one solid right hand. I had the second round even.
Good left hand dig to the body there by Johnny Davis.
You know, in the fight game, many times get a world title fight as soon as he thinks he's ready. You hear a lot of complaining, but you've not heard that from Johnny Davis, and that's why we said he's waited patiently for this shot, and he's just moved himself up gradually in the ratings.
Well, there's the first time you saw Prouder try to drop the right hand. He came right back and tried to drop it again. I'll tell you, if he makes contact, Davis is going to be in trouble. He's shooting that right over his left.
When Prouder does it, he gets full body behind it, too. When Davis is throwing his, he's not getting too much body behind it, more arm, more to distance.
He's trying to set it up. He's using that left jab. Looking, there comes the right cross again. I'll tell you, if Davis keeps backing up, he's going to get tagged.
Prouder's been criticized quite a lot in his career for not spending enough time in the gym. Nobody really knows whether he put the time in for this fight.
There's the bell ending round 3. Johnny Davis gives Alvin Prouder a big smile as he goes back to the corner. Davis in the black. We got a pretty even fight going here so far. Prouder seemed to start taking command in round 3. Let's see if he continues to do so here in round 4.
I've got the fight dead even at this point, 29-29. Each fighter winning one round. And Prouder ducked again.
That's an instinctive move that he has, and it's going to get him in trouble.
But out of it, it looked like Johnny Davis got a hit in the knee or looks like the knee.
I think it was Alvin Prouder's forehead that ducked into Johnny Davis's leg. First time I've seen that happen. Usually when you duck a forehead into a leg like that, it's the forehead that suffers. Prouder has been said to have a hard head. I guess that's what they meant.
So Johnny Davis is getting a little time here to walk it off. Alvin Prouder standing here in the corner.
Let's go.
Right above our world class
Let's go.
microphones. And here he says, let's go back to action. So here we go. Let's see if Davis can shake this off now and pick up the tempo again.
There's a very soft muscle tissue right on the inside of your thigh, just on top of the inside part of your knee. That had to be the part of his leg, Dale, that forehead smashed into.
I think so. I expected Alvin to really jump on him and take advantage of that, but he hasn't. It shows he's got some respect for Johnny Davis.
Well, a lot of technique by Davis there, but he didn't even come close.
Prouder moves. He's got such good upper body movement. He's hard to hit with long shots. You got to get right in on top of him.
Boy, you heard that one slap in there. Good dig to the body by Prouder.
Those were the kind of kicks that Prouder threw against Jeff Gripper back in 1982. Got Gripper's hands down with him and then came with that overhand right.
There's that right hand coming in high on the forehead of Johnny Davis. And then he tries to come back with a right uppercut.
Kick, Johnny.
Alvin Prouder was also an excellent point karate fighter, so these point-type karate kicks of Johnny Davis are going to have trouble getting through.
There's the bell ending round 4. A nice chopping left hand. And look at Prouder. He's giving Davis a little showboat there. But that's part of his Los Angeles appearance and coming in the ring with the cape and the whole part of the Alvin Prouder mystique.
That was good. That was a good round. The only time he does anything on you.
Well, we were looking for Prouder to continue dominating there, but he didn't seem to take command in round 4, so the fight is still very much up for grabs.
That's good, Alan.
I've noticed that between every round in the Davis corner, there's been some talk about how many rounds are left. I wonder if they can go the 12 rounds, since they've never done it before.
Good point. As Johnny Davis continued to move forward, he caught Alvin Prouder with the right hand. It was not solid. Prouder was moving away from it. You see the awareness of Prouder, but that's where the knee and the head collided.
Action now in round 5. Alvin Prouder in the yellow, Johnny Davis in the black. Dale Cook made a good point. This is a 12-round World Championship bout. Johnny Davis has never gone that far. Let's see what happens here.
Prouder went that distance one time at one of the most grueling paces in the world against Bob Thurman, one of his only 2 losses, and Prouder was there the whole time. They say he wasn't in the gym for that fight, but I'll hardly ever believe it. Prouder acted then like he hadn't even been hit.
Midway through the 5th round. Seems to be going in spurts. There's that right hand by Alvin Prouder.
Dale Cook made a great point early in the fight that you're not going to come in here and play this kind of game with Alvin Prouder, I don't think, and just outpoint him. Bob Thurman backed him up the entire fight. John Moncayo backed him up before he ducked into that knee. Spinning heel kick, tried to drop the right hand down on Prouder, was not there with the right.
About 25 seconds left in the 5th round. Last few seconds of round 5. Prouder putting on the steam. Well, Dale, it looked like Alvin started to pick up the tempo a little bit there toward the end of round 5.
I think the fight's going his way. He is making the fight. In other words, he's controlling the tempo of the fight, and that's what he likes to do in all of his fights. It's when you take that away from him and make him fight at your pace that he has difficulties.
And, of course, it behooves Johnny Davis, because he's the challenger. He really has to make the fight. He's the one, if he expects to win, he's got to carry the fight to the champion.
That's right. He seems so relaxed and confident out there, but he's not pressing the fight. It's not, that confidence is not going to win him the fight.
You know what I'm saying? You get back on his heel. You hit him with 3 techniques. Kick.
Davis has thrown 48 kicks thus far. Prouder has thrown 47. been a strategic matchup so far, not a lot of real hard blasting. Both men still showing a tremendous amount of respect for the other.
Round 6, Alvin Prouder in the yellow, Johnny Davis in the black. This is a 12-rounder for the World Welterweight Championship. Prouder is the champion. Davis is the challenger. Boy, look at that footwork there by Prouder.
Both men using the point-style karate kicks, both of them a little bit off target, both of them doubling up with their kicks.
Uh-oh. Staying a little bit low there, but going right back at the action. You know, I'm surprised both fighters are missing. They're missing so much. Neither one of them are really on target, Dale. What's the problem? Oh, there's a good right hand there by Prouder.
But they both got real good upper body movement, and they both have a vast background in the point karate. So, you know, those long kicks just aren't going to be effective in this fight. Both these guys are just, their reflexes are too good.
Well, he tried to execute a spinning back fist there and went completely over the head of Prouder. There's a good right hand by Davis. Probably his first punch of the fight.
That's what he needs to do. Right now, he needs to go for it. He needs to keep throwing punches, keep the combinations going.
Oh, a spinning back fist.
This is what he's got to do to win the fight.
This is what Prouder was doing against Bob Thurman, only Thurman just stayed right there with him while Prouder was bobbing and weaving. Thurman continued to throw punches and kicks, would not let up. Davis let him off.
Davis, exactly. He's backing up. Maybe he's running out of gas. Maybe he can't maintain that tempo.
It's Prouder's hands that seem to be getting lower and lower as the fight goes along, though. Look where he's carrying them now.
Good right hand there by Prouder. Another right hand.
The other good point that Dale Cook made was that Davis doesn't know if he can go 12 rounds. Thurman knew he could.
In the black, we're halfway through this 12-round bout. How do you have it scored, Joe?
I've got it dead even. I think it could go either way now. It depends on Johnny Davis's ability to land more of those techniques like he did last time and then not let Prouder off the hook.
Well, Davis was really puffing in his corner between rounds. So I don't know. He had a good flurry in round 6, but he seems to be kind of laying back right now. Maybe he's trying to coast this round. You want to win a championship, you can't coast at all. You have to take the fight to the man.
There's Prouder watching the head go down, tried to drop the right hand down, barely missed.
Gave a double left jab and tried to cross the right again. There it is. Left-right combination by Alvin Prouder. That's his bread and butter there. That's his money punch. Oh, another good right.
Dale, do you think Prouder can be stopped with one punch, or do you have to hit him with a 2 or 3 or 4 punch combination to really drop him?
I think you've got to wear him down. I think if there's any place that he can really be hurt with one punch, it's to the body. And yeah, I just don't see Johnny Davis working too hard there. Both guys are headhunters.
All that flurry, and there still hasn't been a good punch landed.
The first one by Davis was, I think, the most solid of the exchange. Good head work by Prouder. Remember when he was doing that against Bob Thurman, Thurman was kicking him in the face and making
there it is, right there.
Jay Will hurls half a ton between the fighters and separates them.
Oh, the fans here in Denver's Ice Arena love that action. And again, it went beyond the bell. The bell rang, and both of them were still punching and kicking.
You had him hurt.
Got to remember, Jay was a linebacker at San Jose. He does not care what happens to his body.
In that round, though, you saw Prouder get ducked into a good round kick. He got kicked good in that round.
I was saying that when Alvin Prouder fought Bob Thurman and he dropped down, Thurman made him suffer by kicking him in the face with a front kick. Johnny Davis finally was able to catch him with a round kick. The first exchange they had in that round against the ropes, though, Johnny Davis landed the first solid punch, and everything else seemed to miss on both sides.
Ready to go with round 8 now. Back to live action. Prouder in the yellow, Davis in the black.
Prouder's talking to him now.
Prouder now working right leg forward. Comes with that left round kick.
Solid left hand then by Johnny Davis. Solid. He let him off again.
Yeah, that's right. He had him going.
I think it goes back to what Dale said early in the fight. If you haven't been 12 rounds, you've got the question, can I go 12 rounds? And if you pace, you give up opportunities like that.
Looks like Davis is starting to take control of the fight now. He's really grown in confidence. He knows he can hit Alvin Prouder now. He covers up good. He keeps his hands up well.
He has certainly stayed calm. He's not let Alvin Prouder perturb him in any way. If Prouder's not careful, Davis will outpoint him in this fight. Good move by Davis, is a little bit off target.
Has control, then the other man has control, and doesn't look like anybody really wants to dominate, but we've got a good one going here in the Ice Arena, Denver, Colorado. Ready to go with round 9.
It seems like Alvin has really died out in the last 30 seconds of the last couple of rounds. So he may be getting tired.
Good point.
There's the bell. We begin round 9. Prouder in the yellow, Davis in the black. Let's see who has the stamina now. We're moving into the last quarter of the fight. How do you have it scored, Joe?
I've got Prouder down by 2 now. That's why I say he may just let this fight slip away from him. As Dale Cook points out, he's failing in the last part of the round. But Johnny Davis is staying calm, and he's just landing shots. He's causing Prouder to miss most of his own.
Good round kick there by Johnny Davis.
I don't remember ever seeing Prouder having to come from behind and win a fight. He's always been pretty much of a front runner.
I don't understand this right leg forward by Prouder. His power punches his right hand. And now he's using his right hand as a jab.
I'm not quite sure what his strategy is offensively. Defensively, I can see him using it to try to keep Davis away from him. He threw a fairly good straight left then. Prouder said people had doubted him before. He had always come through. He is a street kid. He's a man who's worked hard for everything he's ever gotten. Nobody's given him a whole lot of anything.
Now he's switched back. Let's see if he sets up the right hand now. We're running out of time here in round 8, though. There he tries to drop the right hand.
He threw the right hand, and then he looked to hold rather than follow up with a combination. I think he's tired.
There's the bell ending round 8. And it wasn't much of a round for Alvin Prouder at all. He stayed right leg forward most of the round. Just kind of jabbed and lifted his leg up a little bit. And I'll tell you, we got some problems here if he's going to keep his title.
Throw one, throw two. Double up on it. This is your... Don't do it. This is your man. Don't push it. Throw it. You push it.
You hear four voices in Alvin Prouder's corner. They're all telling him essentially the same thing in different ways. That's not normally what a fighter needs.
Notice you get your wind back faster this way. That's no trick.
You got his number. Let's go. Let's pick it up.
You're making him miss. He's getting tired. He's tired too.
Key word in that sentence was two. He's tired too. They just told Alvin Prouder he was tired.
All right, ready for round 10. Here we go. It's the World Welterweight Championship on the line. Alvin Prouder in the yellow, Johnny Davis in the black. It's been an interesting fight. And the way Joe is the unofficial scorer here, and I guess right now you still have him in the Davis in the lead, right?
Prouder's going to have to come from behind, as Dale Cook said. I've got him down by 2 myself. We have 3 judges at ringside whose scores count. This has not been a very easy fight to score because neither man has actually dominated the other at any given point. But I think Davis has slipped by point-wise. Remember in PKA Karate, when a title is on the line, you throw the title in the ring, the belt in the ring, and you say the winner leaves here with his crown. You don't have to steal it from the champion. If there's a tie, the champion keeps the belt. That's the only advantage that he has.
Prouder's looking to land that right, but whether or not he's going to be able to, I don't know.
Dale Cook, if you were in Prouder's corner now and you knew he was a little tired, what would you be telling him?
Well, that's a good question, Joe, because Johnny Davis defensively has fought so well. He keeps his hands up, and he looks to me to be in just super shape. Alvin needs to pull something out of his hat, something other than that right hand. He's based the whole fight on landing that one punch.
Good left hook there by Johnny Davis. Another left hook. They're standing toe-to-toe now. Prouder is just moving straight in. And maybe that's what Davis wants. Davis still got spring in his legs.
Dale, does it seem to you inside that Johnny Davis has got better reflexes right now?
He sure does. He seems to be winning the fight on the inside. Alvin throws one punch on the inside and stops. Johnny Davis puts 2 or 3 together.
Well, I'll tell you, a left hook by Johnny Davis was very, very effective in that round. He landed on 4 or 5 occasions, and it was very effective.
That was a damn good round, wasn't it? Okay, you know, I'm still getting a hard time getting our kicks in. Okay, when that yellow light goes on, that's when it's go. When I yell go, that means you don't have to kick. When you know how you got out of that after you got the best of his combination? That's exactly what I want.
They're getting plenty of Vaseline on Johnny Davis's face there as they're talking to him.
You're a little bit
inside Dale Cook, it looks like that Alvin Prouder is suffering.
He certainly is. I noticed that Johnny Davis is sitting down on his punches and getting good power, and Alvin looks like he's standing straight up.
For 2 minutes? Got it. Can you do anything for 4 minutes? Got it. You got it. I want him. Do him back like that.
Okay, there's some more action out of round 10, but we're getting ready to move to round 11. 2 rounds to go. The 11th and 12th round. Here they come out to meet for round 11. Prouder in the yellow, Davis in the black. We have something in the making here. Don't go away. Stay right with us. Johnny Davis may be taking the championship away from Alvin Prouder. We'll have to wait and see what happens in these last 2 rounds.
Alvin Prouder knew that he suffered in the combinations in that last round, and he came after Davis, but he could not connect. As Dale Cook says, the defensive techniques and the defensive tactics of Johnny Davis have been just right to keep Alvin Prouder from hurting him.
The 2-inch height advantage for Prouder hadn't been a factor in the fight at all.
How you got to score, Joe?
Beautiful kick.
I've got Prouder down by 3 points now, 98-95. In my estimation, he's going to have to either knock Johnny Davis down once in each of the next 2 rounds, or he's going to have to knock him out. Bernie Krasno over in Alvin Prouder's corner is just going berserk. That means that he thinks Prouder's behind. Screaming to Prouder, be first. You can't be first, Dale Cook, if the conditioning's not there.
That's right. You notice that as the conditioning is left, so is the natural reflexes in the head movement. Earlier in the fight, Johnny Davis had trouble landing punches to the head. Now he's landing kicks to Alvin Prouder's head.
The kick obviously has further to travel. It's got to travel that distance between them and up the man's body. So if a kick's getting there, you know the reflexes have slowed down considerably.
20 seconds left in round 11. This is a 12-rounder. Well, Prouder had a chance to do some damage there, and he backed off. And in the second corner over here, they're telling Davis, go in on him. He's tired.
They're telling him the way it is. They're telling Johnny that he's not tired, and Alvin is, and to go for it.
There's the end of round 11.
Oh, you know, sometimes things just were never meant to be. I waited 3.5 years to fight Alvin Prouder. It looks like now that he may be the one doing the waiting.
Yep, that's quite possible, Dale.
2 more minutes of action yet, fellas. You never can tell. A big right hand could change this all around. Here we go. The 12th and final round. Prouder in the yellow, Davis in the black. A new champion may be borning right here. Let's see if Prouder can really go after him here now.
Prouder's not going to lay down. You can bet on that.
Good body kicks there by Johnny Davis. Backs up Alvin Prouder. Davis cannot get careless now.
I just have to think Davis had the advantage.
Oh, a good left hook.
That was the best punch of the fight.
A good left hook by Davis.
Davis has the advantage of the conditioning, and the conditioning's paying off in the reflex, the power, and the heart in the later rounds. As you say, Dale, Alvin Prouder's not going to lie down. He just can't call on it right now.
He's not going to give it away without a fight here in this last round. You can see now he's trying to set up that right hand just one more time. He'll put all the groceries behind it, but I don't know how much is there.
The plan was Dale Cook would fight Ricky Haynes on this card and then would fight Alvin Prouder 6 weeks later. Looks like those plans may be going to waste.
You can't get careless here now. Davis has got to keep those gloves up.
Prouder just threw a right hand that might have dislocated the normal person's elbow. He threw it so hard, but it missed.
Good left hook by Davis. Backs up Prouder.
Davis is beating Prouder's right hand with his hook. Prouder's thinking about the right hand.
Less than 10 seconds left in the fight, Joe.
Prouder thought about the right hand. Davis beat him with the hook.
The fight is over. Johnny Davis looks very, very happy. But don't forget, we have to wait for the official decision.
The crowd thinks it's Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis thinks it's Johnny Davis. Look at, he's down on his knees. Alvin Prouder comes over to shake hands with him. Well, the fans here at the Ice Arena in Denver, Colorado, anxiously awaiting the decision to see if there's going to be a new welterweight champion. So let's go up to our ring announcer, Paul DeBaca. Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the decision. Judge Barker scores the fight 114-116. Judge Sawyer scores the bout 115-116. Judge Cordova scores the bout 115-115 even. For your winner and new welterweight champion of the world, Johnny Davis! Johnny Davis, the new welterweight champion of the world.
Johnny Davis is the new champion. Alvin Prouder is a disappointed, defeated champion. Look at Johnny Davis, and there is Alvin Prouder. The fans here in Denver really took to Johnny Davis. Now let's see if we can't get Joe to talk to Johnny Davis. He is one excited fighter. If we're ready, let's get him over to talk to Joe. Here he is now with Joe Corley. Joe?
Look at the emotion. Johnny, you've waited so long.
Straighten up, John.
You've waited a long time for this, Johnny. A lot of emotion here, huh?
Oh, God. Yes. I've been trying and praying and training hard to try to get the world title.
The main thing about it, Scott McMillan, is he's been very patient. We mentioned at ringside, a lot of fighters scream and cry and moan about not getting their chance. This man waited for quite a while.
Johnny was a very patient fighter. He knew it was coming. He waited and waited. He did not cry about it. He knew it was going to come to him one day. It came today. We planned on waiting until about the 6th, 7th round to see what kind of shape he was in.
Now, let me tell you, ask you this. Where did he hurt you the most in the fight? Early rounds, did he catch you with a solid right hand?
Well, yeah, well, one time he caught me on the eye.